Alright, welcome to day 56 of the Vera Series, and a lot has happened while I was away, but as you know, still no level increase. But starting out, you want to go to your artificial island, and you want to go back to casual and hit building and hit claim, because remember, you can only hold these resources for 24 hours. On top of that, don't forget to clear your enemies before the end of the week. And of course, you want to check the exchange door and buy your weekly items. Next, you want to do Mia's Kitchen, and you want to do your daily bounties for the day, and I'm going to go with the Sparrow. Then we got Vitality, starting with joint operations. So for today, we got access to boots, and we can do the Sadness Valley. So these are actually some pretty good dungeons, and you may want to use some Vitality solutions. But of course, you want to check Interstellar Exploration, and you want to check Vera, as well as check a Sparrow, so that way you can get all of your Stargates. And remember, the way to tell if you have a level 3 Stargate is if this weapon battery category has a number 3, it's a level 3 Stargate, but if it has a number 2, it's a level 2 Stargate. But if you don't have any level 3s or level 2s, you could always do Dimensional Trials. And if you need money, you could always do Space-Time Domains. But if you're pressed for time, you could always make Omnium Beacons. Which brings us to our optionals, and that's giving gifts to your 1.0 character, and the best way to do that is to go to the black market and talk to Hopkins, see this island and do the claw machine, and do your 2 trainings for the day. But what is not optional is to do your 8 fun zones, and try to knock out your 6 Greyspace fishers. But the best rewards are in the Twilight zone, but you do have an 8-hour time limit, so you could wait on that. And also try to do some racing, so that way you can get that top 100, so you can get that 400 mirror. And we're getting closer to the end of the week, so don't forget to do your 3 security force missions, so that way you can get those old Vera coins in Mirror. And you want to check your mission tab and click on an item and click use, so that way you can look at your appointed research. Because remember, you can only hold a grand total of 20 energy, and you get 5 free energy a day, so you want to make sure that this does not cap. But if you enjoy these today, guys, I would greatly appreciate a like, so that way they can spread more on YouTube. Then we got our events, and we got our supply run, so you want to make sure you're logging in enough time so that way you get all of the rewards. And we have the garden party, starting out with the Fall Guys event, so you can go ahead and just try to knock that out. So far, we can get 2,000 points. And in this store, we actually have some pretty good items. Basically, you get some space-time crystal fragments, red nucleus, Vera special gifts, so not too bad. No free relic this time, but I'll take free stuff. And Annabella is out, but I did finally come out with her video discussing her DPS calculations and her desired teams, even for free-to-plays. So be sure to check that out. At least for Wales, from what I hear, it doesn't look like Annabella is changing the meta to where we still have physical at top, and then we have boat at a close second. She seems to be beating Frost, but that might change once Alice comes into the picture. So for me, I don't think I'm going to be rolling on Annabella, at least for my account. But I did do a little bit of rolling before Annabella came out on some of the other characters, so look forward to those videos in the future. But I've been discussing with my Discord moderator, Ridley, who says that I'm a whale. I don't agree. I think I'm a dolphin, and I think that Ridley's a whale. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Then let's go ahead and take a look at the settings. You guys will notice that you have data transfer, so here's where you can go to set up your server transfer, just in case if you're wondering how to do that. And I want to go ahead and mention this 500 dark crystals for people that were impacted by Annabella's mistranslation. So for me, as I said, I didn't roll for Annabella, but I did get 500 dark crystals. So I'm not complaining, but you might want to roll at least one time on her banner, just in case, so that way you might be considered for those 500 dark crystals, or there may be another 500 dark crystals. So I said I'll go ahead and give it a shot. Let's see if I get Annabella. I did not. Then we have our weekly tab, and again, I recommend you save those type 3 keys, so that way you'll be ready for 2.4, but if you can't, I completely understand. And next we have our challenges, so if you're trying to do something like the Bygone Phantasm or Frontier Clash, you might want to save your Mia's Kitchen, so that way you can fire yourself up. But starting with the Bygone Phantasm, you want to go ahead and take a look at this weapon bonus, and if you have a good weapon bonus, then you might want to do the sneak to next level, and if your CS is high enough, you're going to be able to jump up 11 levels as long as you can beat that floor. But the Sequential Phantasm, if you can get a high score here, you're most likely going to get the top rewards for the week. Frontier Clash, we got another attempt today, so you want to go ahead and knock that out so that way you can get that golden gear. Void Risk, this is the first time boss for you, you want to go ahead and knock it out. Void Abyss, you just want to make sure you knock this out before the end of the month so that way you can get all those micro reactors. Wormhole, it looks like we got a new layout so that way we can see if we cleared all the stages. But you do want to try to go ahead and knock this out so that way you can get that extra energy crystal dust. Raids, you want to do the last 2 on Heroic, and Battle Test Area on Heroic. Critical Abyss, this is optional content, but you can do it so that way you can get those clusters. Break from Destiny, you want to do this at least one time so you can get those 250 dark crystals. Apex League, if you're trying to reach Grand Marshal, you might want to put a couple hours in each day. Then we got our daily buys, so you want to go to shop, hot, and then buy your 2 vitality solutions. But for me, I have 105, so I'm going to pass, but this is only if you can afford it. But one thing I do recommend that you try to get is your advanced modules and your booster modules for the week, if you can afford it. Then we have the limited gift packs. I already have a video discussing what are the best deals here, but just for a quick answer, all these deals are actually pretty good, and you can also just straight buy the Annabella outfit, but just make sure you have at least a 3-star. Which brings us to the Commissary, starting with the Crystal Dust store. So you want to buy your advanced modules, your booster modules, and your very special gift for the week. And when it comes to your potent omnium crystal, I recommend that you pass because you should have enough to reach an 8.3, even 8.4 suppressor through exploration alone. But what you can do with your golden crystal dust is buy boots, and if you have a good pair of boots, then you can buy handguards, and if you have a good pair of handguards, then you can buy whatever else you want. Space Time store, you want to buy your booster modules, your advanced modules, and your data repeater for the week. Brew store, now the only thing you want to spend your points on are relics. And the relics that I recommend are Space Time Ridge, unless you have a level 3, or Omnium Shield. But if you have both of those, you might want to consider getting a drone level 3. Support store, you want to buy your joint supply chips, your Space Time crystal fragments, and your Space Time crystal dust for the week. But if you can, try to go ahead and buy your Space Time crystal fragments using return support points. And if you need help on how to do that, I got a guide on my channel. Point store, now the only thing you want to spend your points on are spare special gifts, so that way you don't have to do training, black market, or see this island again. But if you need to level up your matrices or weapons, you could always buy matrix data packs or weapon batteries. And then with your critical abyss points, you could buy clusters. But besides that, I just recommend that you explore the map so that way you can get those extra resources. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If so, feel free to check out my DPS calculations for Annabella. But other than that, talk with you guys later.